Fit like Abdi, Danny Boy here, and welcome to the New Industries DLC Showcase. First of all, this is not a playthrough of the New Industries DLC. I've yet to have a full-on try of it myself. Many of you will have seen on Steam Workshop the horror stories in the comments. Some of them I've actually tested out, and they are in fact true. Some of them are a bit different, but we'll get to the bad points at the end. So this is not going to be a playthrough. I'm just going to showcase everything new that's in it from the 2.54 New Industries version. We're not going to call it 2.54. We're just going to refer to it from now on as the older version. So we're here in the USA map. This is just I just selected this map with no industries, etc, etc, and this is what I decided to build this sort of stuff on so I could show it to you. And that's all this is going to be, is just showing you guys the new industries, the sort of new materials, vehicles, etc, etc. Number two, I am in no way telling anybody that this mod works perfectly, you should absolutely get it. I'm not going to say to anyone not to get it. I'm also not telling everyone that they should totally go for it. There are some major issues that again I will refer to in the end. But this is the New Industries DLC. It was created by a group of modders. I think it's, I've got them written down. It's Old Kistas, another guy that's just the name Old, PVL 30, Winner Vitaro, Malaxit, Devil Hunter, and Ural 102. These group of guys made this mod in their own time, and it does add a lot more variety to the game, so a big thank you to them for creating this. Even with the bugs, it was still a fantastic idea and probably a huge undertaking to get all this sort of done. So first of all, we shall begin. I actually built an airport to see if there were any new aircraft. Alas, there are not. So that was kind of a waste. But we shall head down here. We will bring the industries up, which is that. Bring the city names up, which is that. We'll have a look in here. These are the builds. We'll go through them each. This one is a machine factory. As you can see, there is a lot of gubbins down here. The machine factory has been altered in a variety of different ways. That's actually in the description of the mod on Steam. It does say that base industries, some of them have been completely altered, some of them remain as is. We've got our landfill, our quarry, our construction materials plant, our oil wells, our oil refineries, power plants, coal mines, iron ore mine, steel mill, forestry, sawmill, goods factory, cement factory, paper mill, bauxite mine, aluminium mill. Now, these are all the ones that were in the previous version, I do believe. All of them so far, apart from the machine factory that's been altered. So back to our aluminium mine. Now we're into something new, the fruit orchard. Our grain silo was in the previous version. Our distillery was in the previous version. Our fertilizer factory, our farm, dairy farm, food processing plant, and our product base, that's a completely new one. It's kind of like the food factory, except for it would be like packaged goods, things that would come in glass, tins, tin, etc, blah blah blah, plastics. Our cotton plantation, chemical plant, our textile factory. Now these ones are completely new. I wasn't sure how to use them at first, but alas, got it done. The fishing grounds, which is just it's a sort of a buoy or a buoy that you can actually place out in sea. Got them set up over here. That I thought was pretty cool. We've got the fishing farm, the fish plant, we've got a small international harbour and a big international harbour. Now these are all the industries. Some are missing from 2.54. The race course is gone, which was a shame because that was kind of cool. Also the NASA space launch, Kennedy Space Center thing, that's gone as well. That's the one where you could deliver fuel and I think it was steel and construction materials to build rockets. And at level 4, once you delivered, you actually saw a rocket like standing on a launch pad. So those are all the industries. I've got one of each on here. If we go to the bus vehicle and go into freight, again we have waste collection facility and our post office. Now this post office is kind of new age, so is the waste collection facility. Now there are older versions of these buildings. They do get more modernized with time. Also, when you start a playthrough at 1850, certain industries will not be available to you, i.e. fertilizer factory, aluminium plant. There's a few others that they just didn't have in 1850, so they don't actually appear till later on in the game. So there you have it. Not everything will be available straight off the bat. I've actually played it, actually set it up to start from 2000, so that everything is available to me, so I can show it to you. Right, let's get down to the industries. First of all, oil well. Oil well, as is, it has always been. Just an oil well, produces crude oil. This is what it looks like upgraded at level 4. You've just got some more oil pumps here, an extra sort of derrick, drilling derrick, and that's it. Oil is, as far as I know, exactly as it was previously. Same with the oil refineries. They will accept crude and produce sort of fuel oil, sort of lube oil, or whatever you want to call it, and fuel. So this is exactly the same as it is in the vanilla game. There are a few that are still the same and work exactly as advertised or as when they were first created. So they are exactly the same. I've then just took one of each base industry. So coal mine accepts nothing, produces coal as it did previously and will do probably for the rest of its existence. Iron ore mine, exactly the same, will just produce iron ore. And at level 4, if we apply it, it will produce minerals, mineral salts, etc, etc. So there you go. Actually, we'll upgrade this to level 4. Yes, just coal. So the iron ore mine is slightly different. At a higher level, it will produce minerals. Okay, cool. The San Antonio, the forest is again just produce logs no matter what. Now I know that the stone quarry actually produces limestone. There it is further on as you progress through it. It looks pretty cool. And our landfill has no upgrade, but again it will accept garbage from towns, waste, and it will produce some recycled goods, steel, plastic, wood, powder. It'd be cool if glass was there. If glass was a thing, that would be cool. Our San Antonio construction materials plant, I do believe, will only make construction materials as it previously did in the game, and it requires the 2 same base elements: slag, which you get from either power plants or steel mills, and stone, which you get from the quarry. So nothing new to report there. The power plant only has one production level, and it will accept oil, and I think this is like heating oil, like lube oil, sort of hydraulic oil, could be anything. So it will produce, it will accept that. It will also accept 2 coal to make slag. Now, apart from the sides that it makes slag, you do receive money for delivering stuff to it. You will receive money for delivering slag from it to whoever needs it, but it doesn't do anything. You don't need it to power your cities or anything stupid like that. This game ain't that complex. So on to our steel mill. Steel mill, again, exactly the same as before. To steel and slag. Ooh. Oh, no. Yes. Iron ore and coal. Basic chemistry there. Will produce steel and slag as a byproduct. Or it may just produce steel if there is no need for slag to go anywhere. Our sawmill. Again, like the Industry 2.54 or the previous version, once upgraded, it will produce wood powder and planks. Now it will produce wood powder and planks, I believe, even at 0. Yes, it most certainly will. So there you go. That is a thing. Now we're on to some more industries. Our goods factory, again, will accept aluminium and mixed with other things to create goods. But this wood and plastic, steel and plastic, has always been a thing for goods. So no upgrade or downgrade scheduled. So this can't be upgraded or it can't be downgraded, which is strange. If we actually go here as well, something else I would like to mention. So I want that on and that on. Yes, some of these, mainly the new ones, will come with built-in truck stops. If I click on here, or if there was a line going to here, it would say line 1 or line 2 or whatever you've named it. The truck would come in here. Excuse me, drop stuff off and drive all the way around and pop back out here. It is the same with any industry that has this label on it. Not only is it an industry, but it has a built-in truck loading station. Here the trucks will actually load at the back, but there's a bus station in front where people will actually go on a bus, get off and go to work. Now that wasn't a thing, I can't remember when that actually became a thing, but I've noticed it more in the playthrough that I'm currently doing of the USA, that people will walk from San Antonio, and because this is the only road connected to it, they will walk all the way up here and all the way around here to get to their place of work. Now if you want to make money, because a few people do actually need to attend these buildings, you would set up a bus, which I have done for some industries, that drop people off right outside it, then go back into the city. So there, truck and bus and truck there, truck there, bus can drop people off at the front here, truck at the back. Again, we've got bus station and truck station. Now this one goes straight through. That would be cool if trucks could actually pick up stuff here and continue en route out the other side. Who else has one? The product plant. But we will get back. We'll get back to the industries. So we're on this one, the cement factory. Cement factory will take. Ooh, no, I've actually clicked. See, I've clicked on the station there and not the actual factory. Requirements will take minerals, limestone, 2 limestone to create cement. Now, there's an issue with that I will tell you later. San Antonio Paper Mill. Did I upgrade you to 2? Apply. Do you still work the same? Yes, you most certainly do. Right. This one, again, just accepts wood powder and will create paper, whether it's at level 4 or level 0. And I think it's quite cool with these trees out the front. But anywho, there is the paper mill. The bauxite mine. Let's actually bump you up to level 4. Click on the... See, that's the truck stop. There is the mine. Right, it creates bauxite. Or bauxites. There it is. Looks pretty cool, actually. It does indeed. And bauxite can be delivered to... right here, the aluminium mine. So 2 bauxites gets you 1 roll of steel of sort of rolled aluminium. 2 again will get you 2 rolled aluminiums and a slag if required. Which is a bit weird. You might ask why some of the industries require 2 to make 1, but then you can make 2 here to make 3. In order to get this to do the right hand side, this, you would probably have to need to move slag about in order for it to get that. If you weren't moving slag, it would probably just produce the 1. If you were, it would see that it needs to make slag and go to the right side of the production chain, and 2 and 2, there you go. I think. Don't know, don't quote me on that. Again, aluminium mine can't be upgraded, but there's no need to. It looks pretty cool. Anyway, on to the next. Now, a brand new one here. The... Ooh, that's... I need to click on that. There we go. So, requirements. Fertilizer. Now, before we sent fertilizer to grain farms, cattle farms, and dairy farms. And you could also set them to cotton plantations. Throw some fertilizer down in your fields, blah 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 blah. Now we need fertilizer for the orchard. Now let's upgrade the orchard. Oh no, I can't. No upgrade or downgrade scheduled. This is what it looks like, basically, I think. Yes, let's go and upgrade. Can I upgrade the station? San Antonio Fruit Orchard. Ah, there we go. 4. Apply. There you have it. That's what it looks like is 4. Can I do that with this? Yes, I can. I can upgrade this. Okay, that's even cooler. Right, what did I say that I couldn't upgrade before? Ha! This may have crashed the game. No. It just took a while to do it. Okay, so these do upgrade. You, sir. We're going off piste here. Nope, just 1. Everything else I do believe. Upgrade the power plant. Nah, level 1. Okay. Right, so we were on the orchard. Requires fertilizer will create apples. Now, if I click on this, there we go. So, I do believe without fertilizer, you'll only produce 1 apple per sort of cycle or production second, whatever it is. With fertilizer, you will create 3. Now, on to our grain silo. Now, our grain silo requirements: no fertilizer, it will still produce 1 grain. With fertilizer, it will produce 2 grain. Or you can use it to build this. This is mixed fodder. This is another brand new thing, along with apples, salt, etc. This is new. So, and you will need this stuff for certain things, which I will show you in just a second. If we upgrade it, the silo then becomes 50 times bigger. Ah, so this is no longer a farm. It's just a storage place for grain. That's cool. Okay, So there you go, the grain silo. Now on to our San Antonio Distillery. Let's apply 4. Let's try and select a building that will allow me, to view the factory. Now this will accept, as before, coal and grain to make booze, good old booze there, or it will accept coal, and now it will accept fruits. So it's not, it's a fruit orchard, is it? Okay, and we're back. There you have it, one of the bugs. The game just actually crashed on me for no reason at all. The only thing I can think of is that I had this open and upgraded to level 4. It was the only thing I was doing at the time, was explain it, but it just crashed randomly. I've been running this for about 45 minutes now. Nothing else was going on. I do seem to have lost all my vehicles that were up here. Okay. Have I lost my things that were over here? No, they are still amongst the living. Okay. But we shall continue on. So, let's open this again and hopefully it'll be fine. Okay, so fruits. Let's close this and open this, because I do believe I went to open this and it died. No, just give me that. Yeah, so this is producing fruits, not apples. Fruit orchard, yep, makes sense. Right, moving swiftly on. San Antonio fertilizer is exactly the same. It will take nothing and it will produce fertilizer, which is nice. Our San Antonio farm. Now this used to accept fertilizer in order to get cattle. Now it does not, but now it requires mixed fodder in order to get livestock. So if you don't have mixed fodder, if you don't have a grain silo in operation, you won't get livestock, and you need 2 of these. So you're going to need double the grain, because you also need grain for other things, food processing. What's this one again? Alcohol. So you'll need designated grain silos for alcohol and food processing. And you'll also have to get mixed fodder for cattle. And you will also need mixed fodder to produce milk. Fortunately though, one of those will produce 2 milk. One of those will produce 1 cow. Now there is a sort of way around this. If you can't get the 2 to make 1, just send vehicles on trains that will only pick up livestock to a dairy farm, and one of these will give you 1 cow. There you go, a sort of easier way. It's not supposed to be done like that, I believe, but there you have it. Food processing plant, as is advertised. 1 cow, 2 bits of grain will make food. There you have it, nothing new there. Now, let's actually upgrade you. Hello. There we go. Ooh, it only has 1 level. That's cool. So, our San Antonio product base. 2 milk will produce bread. 2 fruits will produce bread. And 2 fish will produce bread. Oh, it's like the Last Supper. Oh no. What was you people who know your Bible? Jesus took 2 fish and 1 loaf of bread to feed like 1 billion people. Yes. He had 2 fish and loaf bread and then fed the population of China. Or so we're led to believe. Right, anywho, enough of that. Product base. So, again, 2 brand new industries and you'll get more food. Our cotton plantation, as was previously. No fertilizer, you'll get 1 cotton. With fertilizer, you will get 3. which is pretty cool. That's what it looks like, fully upgraded. That's pretty cool. I do like that. Right, our chemical plant again requires the sort of other oil you get from the oil refinery, and it will produce chemicals, or it will produce plastic, which is fine. Our textile factory is one of the last industries. Apply 2 cotton and 1 chemicals will get you a t-shirt. Nice. So that is as was in the previous version of the mod as well. Now into our cities. Yes, this did not go from my last save because I had a road up here and I had these. Mailbox. Place a mailbox anywhere in the city near residential, and mail will be stored there. You will then have to deliver mail. Now this is the new version. This is the 2000 version of the post office. There is an older version where the building is made of brick and it's got trees and things outside it. Looks very nice. This one looks nice also. It is the same with waste collection. So you pick up mail from residential, take it to a post office. You can also send it to freight railways or truck stops and deliver it to other cities, etc, etc. It can go many places. Waste facility, again, commercial and industrial buildings will create waste. You pick it up, you place one of these near industry or commercial, it will start to collect waste. You then take it to the landfill where you can get recycled goods, steel, plastic or wood powder. There you have it for the actual industries. Now, San Antonio. So, these are what cities look like now. Shopping facilities will accept tools, food, goods, clothes, cars, alcohol, and they will produce waste. Our industries will create construction materials, or take construction materials, machines, fuel, paper, cement, or commercial auto, and it will also create waste. You also have your standard passengers, mail in and sort of mail out, weirdly. Now, on to, where is it? Where is it? Did I place it? No, I was saving the best for last. It's actually in here. Right. This rather large industry here. If we place it there, don't crash, don't crash. Right, we're good. Now, this is the machine factory. Now, as we all know, machine factories used to make tools and machines. This one still does. Still makes tools. 2 wood will get you tools. 1 steel will get you tools, as it previously did in the vanilla version of the game. Also, aluminium will also get you tools. Now, if we click somewhere, anywhere, there. Upgrade it to level 1. Apply. Okay, still the same. Excellent. Upgrade it to level 2. Apply. Right, now we're starting to get more things. Now we can produce machines at whatever level it was I just moved it to. Level 2, you will now start to be able to produce machines. Now, we've got planks and steel, make 1 machine. Plastic and steel, make 1 machine. And aluminium and steel, make another machine. That's at level 2. Level 3, apply. Right, now we're into cars. Bit more things acquired here. 2 steel, plastic and chemicals. Or 2 aluminium, plastic and chemicals. So the old school steel car or the aluminium lightweight new age car. I would not like to be in a head-on collision driving a aluminium car. That seems very unsafe. They should have made carbon fiber or something. But anywho, each to their own. Now if we go to 4 and apply, Woof, look at the size of this. Now, this thing's pretty cool. Whether it works or no, I don't know. As I said, this is just a showcase. Now we've got 3 steel, plastic and chemicals to make 1 commercial automobile, 3 aluminium, plastic and the same. Voila. Let's close this. Let's have a look at this. Now that it's fully upgraded, I do believe cars and things actually get stored out here while they're waiting for transport. Now, if I click on this station, this has its own truck station. It also comes with its own train station. Terminals. There you go. So it's got Terminal 1, 2 and 3 for trucks, 4, 5 and 6. Trains can actually come in here and pick stuff up. That is pretty cool. Again, whether it works or no, I have no idea. Hopefully it will. But as I said, there are a few issues. Now, on to one of our other industries. This is fishing. Now this here is a fishing grounds. You place one of these anywhere. You can place them, if we go to the fash at the end here. Hello fash. There we go, fishing grounds. This can be placed in water. When you place it, you will get the standard this industry is not connected to a road, blah 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 blah. But it's cool. The fact that you can now place stuff in water, magical. Now, things I would have liked to seen, oil rigs, oil platforms, various other crap you get at sea. But no, this is cool. So here we have, if we go into here, here's our fishing grounds. Here is a fish farm. Now, I think ships... Yes. You can either send a fishing vessel out to a fishing farm or fishing grounds. It will collect fish and then it will go to the factory, which is awesome. Right. Anywho, waiting at station. This again, a fish farm. You can send a ship to it. It will collect fish, send it back to a port, send fish to anywhere that needs it, etc, etc. So here is the fishing. And while we're here, let's go into ships, let's go into freight. Here are our fishing vessels. It's a fishing vessel from 1850. Looks a bit high tech for 1850, alas. That's okay. This actually looks more like it should be from 1850. This one should be swapped to there, I think. But anywho, right, another typical, they all car, oh, this one on my car is 25, okay. But there you go, from 1890, fishing vessel. This one's from 1950, actually car is less. Why would this one carry 50? This one would only carry 35, right. Confusion. And we have a fishing trawler here, which carries 40. Yes, I think 35 should be this one, and this one should be there, or 25, 35. This one should be 40 and this one should be 50. Don't know. But anywho, I bought a couple of them and sent them on their way. So here is our new age fishing trawler. It actually looks pretty smart. If I push play, it sails to the fishing grounds, blah blah blah. So it's pretty cool, actually. I quite enjoy it. This is our older... okay, right. It's got a steam engine or a steam boiler on it. Right, that makes sense. You should be from 1850. Hello there, sailor man. Good luck. So this is the one from 1850. This is the one from the 1940s, I do believe. It looks pretty cool also. And here's the sort of second one from the 1900s, I believe. Again, that looks pretty cool also. So those are the new ships. There are no other new ships. Passengers, everything else is still the same. All the freight's still the same. Basically the same with the aircraft. Nothing's changed in that department. Now fishing vessels will come up here and dock, and they will drop off fish. This is a fish plant. Now requirements: 2 fish will make 1 food. 1 fish and 1 steel will obviously make a sort of tinned tuna, or the fish in a tin, obviously. To get 2 food, so I don't know, because you can't eat the tin, so it shouldn't be 2 food, but anywho, that's the way they've done it. Now salt, there we go. Salt you can get from minerals, which I will show you in a second. So fish, salt and steel get you 3. There is no way to upgrade this. It's just 1 building. Again, it's got a bus stop and a truck stop. There you go. You can also deliver fish to a standard port. As soon as you deliver it to here, I do believe that it will just process it instantly. So other things that require fish, i.e. that, maybe just have it delivered to a standard port and then trucked or trained to there. Anywho, on to the ports now. These look like this. A small international port. Factory has a cargo terminal, and big international port. Now this one is strange, to say the least. Upgrade? No. Can't upgrade it. But you can change things. Track orientation left or right. I've actually not played with this, so I don't. Right. Apply. Don't know what it did. No idea whatsoever. That's pretty cool though. Okay. So let's not play about with that. There you go though. There's the... This is an actual train station. Trains can come in here and pick stuff up. Albeit though probably not a large... Right, so nothing waiting. Harbour orientation left, right. Okay, right. So you can either have 2 tracks this side or 2 tracks at that side. Let's test it out again. Left. Apply. Yep, 2 tracks at that side or 1 at that side. And ships can either approach from the left or the right. Now, hello there, factory. Right, requirements, coal. So you must be able to ship out coal, and it will produce, or you can take salt from here. So it must be shipping out coal. The coal doesn't get shipped anywhere. As far as I'm aware, it's like a power plant. You can deliver coal, and like the power plant will imaginarily produce power, and there you go, magic. You get money for it. I do believe it's the same here. Looks like there's coal lined up at the docks. You could have an imaginary ship coming in if you're playing with no cost mod activated, because it's a serious drain of money when you've just got random vehicles roaming around the map and you're trying to actually make money. But there you have it. So I do believe you can pick up salt here as well for the grand price of nothing whatsoever. So again, that's kind of cool. Now there was no upgrade. Now this says question mark, and then it will produce salt. So, I don't know if the question mark means that you can deliver absolutely anything to this and it will produce salt. As far as I'm aware, requirements none, it should just produce salt. and it will take coal and give you money for it. So maybe don't stick iron ore down it. It might not give you money to it. Right, this beast right here. This is quite large. Now, as far as I'm aware, or as far as photos are concerned, the photos on Steam Workshop show trains sort of sitting here. Track orientation left, right, apply. Yes, you can either have the trains coming in on the... Yes, coming into the left or into the right. I'm assuming it's saying that this is the front of the harbour and not from the seafront. So when you're choosing track left or right, look at it from this side. There it goes, onto the left. So trains can come in here. They can either go straight on. No, they can't go straight on because it's a dead end. Quite right. And they can come in here and go to there or there. Now, stations. How do I grab a station? Just click around it randomly. Or try and click a train line. Click the albatross. I don't want to crash the game by clicking furiously at things I probably should not be. Terminals. There we go. Holy crap. Right. So, you can get up to 4 ships in here. You can get 1, 2, 3, 4 trucks in there, possibly 5, and you can get 1, 2 trains, 3 trains. Is it 3? No, I do believe a truck can stop here though. Okay, how would that truck then turn? Around there? Maybe. But there it is. There's the terminals. It's very confusing, this factory, but it's pretty cool at the same time. Right. Requirements. It will give you salt, clothes, and goods for absolutely nothing. And you can export booze and cars for money. For nothing in return. Well, it will give you money. But I do believe that you can just randomly pick up salt. I think that's how it's worked. I'll have to try it out when I do a actual playthrough. Now, the industries are all covered. I have tried to go through them in depth. My explaining of things is sometimes not the best. Now, all passenger vehicles, still the same. Freight, however, we have, let's buy these. Right, let's buy one of those. Combine harvester. We'll go through them all individually and then I'll release them into the world so that everyone can see what they look like. And I'll explain how these vehicles are here as well. So set line all, new line, in fact go to there. Right, push play, don't crash game, please don't crash. And they are off. The 2 leaders, combine harvesters, are away. Let's continue on. Right, everyone has escaped from the depot. Let's go back into the depot. So we have by road vehicles freight. First off is our Ford 8N bulk. Now this carries basically what a gondola would sort of carry. Basically minerals and grains. So we've got all this stuff here. And there it is. Now let's find it in our queue. There it is. The bulk. Does it take wood? No, it's this one. There it is. Cool. So that's who it looks like in the real world. Oh man, they've even got little farmers' hats on them. Cool. So that's our first tractor. This one there. By road vehicles, freight. Let's head down. We then have the tanker version which carries all your liquids. It will even carry fish. Ah, right, so tank wagons carry fish. That's sort of makes sense. There it is there. So it will carry all your liquids, including fish. And we shall continue on. By road vehicles. Freight, please. Now we're into the combine harvesters. Now, as you can see here, no cargo. No cargo. No cargo. No cargo. These, I believe, are for aesthetic purposes. You can buy them. Is that the Klaus? Yeah, I've actually seen one of those. I actually saw one of those the other day. The pain in the arse combine harvesters. They're so huge and they're so slow. But anyhow, there they are. You could set them to roll around your maps, clog up your roads, just like in real life. There's nothing more realistic than having a combine harvester holding up about 50 vehicles. Then you'll truly be in high detail mode. Here is the other combine harvester, the CK5. That must be Russian. And this one, definitely Russian, the CK4. Old school, man. But there you go. There are the combine harvesters. For aesthetics purposes, I do believe. And we shall continue on. Right, so what are we on to next? The Ford 8N flat carries. It will apparently carry vehicles. Wood, logs, livestock apparently. But here it is there. So it's supposed to be like a sort of flatbed. But there it is. There's our happy farmer tractor man. Now, normal vehicles, this will take everything. This will take everything apart from commercial autos and vehicles. And we have our port container carrier, which is this. If you've been to large container ports before, or seen them in TV shows or movies, you will see this or something very similar to them rolling around it. It's a very small sort of light vehicle that just carries a container from one side of the port to the other, or from underneath a crane that's just unloaded a container from a ship, or it'll sit underneath a crane with a container so it can be picked up and loaded on a ship. This is what they'll look like. There'll be many of these things rolling around. Some of them are even automated and run on like a sort of track on the ground, which is pretty cool. But this is what this is. That's what it's used for. This is the vehicle here. It basically just takes things that come in container form. So plastics come in a container. So do machines, tools, clothes. I'm not sure if cement comes in container or mixed fodder. But there are a few others. It probably could take sort of things like tanks that were in the shape of sort of ISO tanks and things. But he-hoo, there it is. Next on is our mail trucks. Now, this is the Russian mail truck mod. This is integrated into the actual game, the DLC. So you don't have to download this. Ultimately, if you're playing, like I'm playing currently, the USA playthrough with the USA vehicles, this would be no use, unfortunately, because they're all Russian. But there they are, and they sort of look like this. There's a few here. Where's the first one? There's the first one. So there's our little mail sort of horse and cart. There's this one, which looks pretty cool. This one, I believe this is the newest variant. This is the one after the horse and cart. And we've got this one as well. So they look pretty cool also. So that's all the new vehicles. Just remember, when you download the mod, it does tell you that some things are integrated into the game so that you don't have to download them. I don't know if having the integrated mods and having them separately added will affect the game, but hey ho. Right, let's go to diesels. Let's not pick one of these. I will explain that shortly. Set line, nope. Let's go to freight. Now, there's some new things in freight. The auto cart. These will take cars. Capacity 5. Find that hard to believe. You can also set it just to pick up cars or vans. But there it is. From 1850, apparently that comes on the go. I'm not sure why, because you don't really get vehicles in game. Sort of AI cars and stuff in game at 1850. But hey ho, there it is. Plus you would be extremely lucky to get one of these here to go up to level 4 to get commercial autos and cars in 1850. That would be extremely difficult. It'd be interesting to see someone actually do that. No, I want to buy stuff for you. Right, so let's get one of them. This is the auto cart from 1910. The one from 1964. Again, I do believe these are Russian. Now, if we go here, as you can see, tank wagons don't take fish. Refrigerated box cars take fish. Now, that makes perfect sense. Fish will go off in a heartbeat if it's not frozen. So, there you go. Or kept at least cool or chilled. So, there you go. Refrigerated boxcar number 1. Again, these are Russian. This is one of the mods that is integrated into the game. You can download it separately, but it is actually in the mod when you download it. Now, grain. Again, Russian. Which ain't really a problem in my current playthrough, because this doesn't have hardly any writing on it. And you probably could pass it off as an American wagon. Fortunately though, there are mods on Steam Workshop that are grain sort of hopper wagons for America and other countries in the Steam Workshop. It's just they are not from early game, they're mostly from late game, so keep an eye out for them. So we've added everything. These are the mail cars, so everything is on that train. Let's set it on not line 3. I don't think line 3 would work. Oh wait, it would. Set line, new line. Let's go line 4. Let's have you go to there and then there. Then we'll speed it up and let the train come out. There's our vehicles on the way. The 2 combine harvesters are tearing up the road down there. 19 miles an hour, blistering pace. Right, so once this thing is out in the open, we'll go and check it out. Yes, yes. Right, the game has not crashed in a while, so I'm very nervous right now. So we have this. Now, I picked this American train because, as you can see, these are Russian wagons, and the Russian wagons are actually probably the closest wagons to being a scale to American. If you look at some of the European stuff against American things, they're quite small. If you stick a Flying Scotsman next to a New York Super Hudson, J3 Super Hudson, it looks so weird. The Flying Scotsman looks so small and insignificant next to the huge J3. Now, I think that might actually have been a thing in real life. I think British trains and European trains were more smaller and compact. Something maybe due to tunnels or aerodynamics or construction cost or whatever. But these don't actually look too bad to scale with the American train, so it's not too bad. Plus, you can't really see the writing on there. This is actually an Atchison, Topeka and Santa Fe, so that is American. So that's cool. I do believe this is, yes, this is Russian. But hey, you can't win them all. If you were doing a Russian playthrough, It'd be awesome. I might actually do one of those at some point because there are so many mods for Russia in the workshop. So on our refrigerated wagons, they will take fish and food. So there they are. Earliest version, next, next, and next. Again, our hopper wagons, we've seen these in my USA playthrough. I've currently got some of these on a train at the moment. Again, apart from the CCCP and some of the Russian writing, it's not that bad. Again, this one's the same. This one's a sort of newer age. See, this is not that far off from the American version, except from the American one seem to be a lot longer. It would probably be from this length to the end of this one here in size. Now we've got our mail wagons. There you go, you can see a guy in there sorting mails. The train is going along. Again, all Russian, but still pretty cool. There we go, there's another one. And the latest version. Now there are also Russian vehicles that can transport garbage, waste even, and they're in the Steam Workshop. They're not actually attached to this, but they do exist. I have seen them. Right, so now you've seen all the vehicles, all the industries. I do apologise for the excessive time it took me to get through this. We have only had one crash thus far. Now everything looks pretty cool. I'd love this to actually work in its entirety. Alas, there are some problems, and now we're going to get on to that aspect. First thing, by road vehicles go to freight. Apart from this flatbed tractor that takes cars and commercial, nothing else will. There is no other truck in game that will take nothing, cars or commercial autos. There may be something in the Steam Workshop. I have not seen anything yet. So that's one of the things. It looks like it can only be transported by train, which is annoying because you would need a train station next to commercial or industrial just to drop them off. So that's kind of a pain. I do believe there's some brave soul out there who is currently making a car transport or truck or lorry. That would be cool. But anyway, there it is. As far as I can see, apart from the obvious issues like, I think there is another auto rack or auto cart on Steam Workshop. But apart from like things like fish need to be transported on refrigerated wagons, I think there's one other mod that does refrigerated wagons. Whether they will have the fish and fruits from the New Industries DLC on them is another thing. There is Nafe's wagon mod that sort of just looks like an average state car, but it will take everything. He did make one for the Industries 2.54 mod, which is pretty cool. But there you have it. Now, another issue, diesels. This right here, the GEC40. You will see many comments on Steam Workshop saying that when you select this train to buy it, the game will crash. This is absolutely true. 100%. I've tried it many times. I've tried buying the standard one. Doesn't work. I've tried upgrading this SD40 that's on the line just now to a GEC40. It crashes the game. I've only got this mod here, but I have downloaded every GEC40 mod. Tried to use it. It also crashes the game because I believe these are just repaints of this exact model. So the code for this train is exactly the same, just the repainted skin is different. So every time you try to buy one, it will crash the game. I've not tried it with anything else. I know this works, the SD40. I know this works because I've seen it in photos and videos, but hey ho, it's always an issue when running mods, especially if you're running mods with other mods. It's it's kind of difficult. Another issue, yep, it's gonna take a hell of a lot of work. It did say it would be a challenge to get every industry up and running. I was actually thinking about doing, after my USA playthrough, a sort of epic challenge like the one Skystorm did, where you had to deliver every single good to every single town. It would have been a massive undertaking using this mod because there's so many goods. What is it now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 6, 12. Plus mail is 13. Plus passengers 14. It's a lot of things. But in the mod's current state, doesn't seem that stable. Plus, to get factories like this up to level 4 would be extremely difficult. You'd have to have many machine factories on the go. You would have to deliver tools to get up to level 2, deliver tools and machines to get up to level 3, deliver cars, tools and machines to get up to level 4. And then if you would just wanted this factory to deliver commercial autos, you'd have to deliver a crap ton of stuff to get them to produce them, and produce a hell of a lot of them to get them to stay up at level 4. Then you would have to have other machine factories that just produce cars, machines and tools in order for them to deliver to the city to get that, to sort of complete that sort of challenge. It's okay if you just wanted to deliver a few things to a city. If you didn't want to do that, that was fine. But there's a lot of stuff, and I'm not sure how industry placement would go on a random map using the new DLC. Obviously you can select a map that's been created with no industry, or you can select one where industries are placed randomly. I'm not sure how that would work. I'm not sure how it would even work with things like fertilizer. Fertilizer and aluminium, bauxite does not appear till later on in game. So I don't understand what would happen. You would be playing till the 1900s, load the game, play it, go past 1900s, reload it, and then would those industries just be placed? How would that work? I don't know. No idea. Unless you just randomly placed industries on your own at the start of a game, which I didn't want to do. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that challenge. But anywho, these are some of the things that I've noticed might be a problem. Number a million on the list. The game just crashes randomly on its own. Don't know why, don't know how. It's just one of those things. Roughly, I've discovered around every sort of 45 minutes, boom, screen just goes black. There is no warning that says this game has crashed, because you've not done anything. You've not tried to place a station, you've not tried to buy a vehicle, you haven't sort of upgraded an industry or clicked on anything untoward. It just sort of dies on its own. It's kind of weird. I've also seen other comments saying that people have had it work fine for 3 days, a week, a month, and then go to load it and it just won't load. Won't load at all. I've loaded this now about 11, 12 times and it's worked every single time. There's been a few times when it's reached 33% and it sort of sticks for a good 30, 45 seconds when you're like, oh no. But then it eventually loads. So if you are one of those people who love the fear of loading up your saved games of Transport Fever, praying that they will come on and wishing that everything will be fine. I've played that game many times. Every time I go away offshore for a long time or abroad to work and come back and go to load this, especially the USA map, with the amount of mods I have on it, there's always something that's been changed in Steam Workshop, or a certain mod doesn't work. And it's just sort of the life you live when you are running mods. It's a hit or a miss. Is it going to load? Is it not going to load? If you're the sort of person that enjoys that 30 seconds of adrenaline and fear, then by all means, get the New Industries DLC. And if you can play it for more than a month, let me know. But I've still to have a proper playthrough of this. I think I'll just do it in a standard map and see how everything runs at normal speed, because that is another issue. It advises you not to play at 2 times or 4 times slower mod because of lazy industries, and the industries might be lazy on their own. There is a bug in Transport Fever, even in the vanilla game, where some industries won't progress past level 2. Now that's a real issue in this mod, because obviously if we go here, oh no, that just creates bauxite. If we were to go to the quarry, in order for us to get limestone, we need it to be at level 3 or level 4. Apply. Level 2 is no good. We need limestone to make cement. We need minerals to make cement. Iron ore, again, 3 or 4 gives you minerals. So if your industries are lazy and won't upgrade past level 2, you won't get those things. Things like the cement factory will become utterly useless. You won't be able to use them, etc, etc. Things like this, you'll never get cars or commercial autos, so you have to play it at normal speed. So here's normal speed, 11, 12, 13. Now in my opinion, normal speed in the game is way too fast. You blow through the golden age of Steam, lots of diesels. If you've got lots of mods installed, the trains will appear and wagons. You won't get to use them, because by the time you get round to using them, they're obsolete. You could always have them in the line for fun or for showcase, but it's just one of those things. So that is another issue. Again, back to the trains. We know the GEC40 doesn't work. There may be other trains and vehicles, especially modded trains and vehicles, that don't work. You'd have to actually... Oh my god, I can't believe I'm going to do this. I don't need to save it because the video is almost over. Now this won't work either. Double traction train, if you try to buy it, won't work. So just be aware of that also. Let's select the modded train. This French one. Buy. It worked. There it is. Train 2. It's in the depot. Let's actually set it in a line, because sometimes trains die when you set them on lines. Push play. And it's going. Look, it works. It's fine. But you'd have to do that with every single mod you fire in. If you love the Russian roulette of whether you click and buy a vehicle or wagon or ship or plane, train, van, truck, bus, if you love the Russian roulette of whether it's going to crash your game or not, by all means. Not only is this the mod for you, but any mod is for you, because it could happen to anything. Many times I've had crash games during recording because I've bought something, just crashed the game. And then you go on to the Steam Workshop and you see people saying, oh, it crashes, oh, I've updated it, downloaded it, re-downloaded it, blah blah blah. It's just one of those things. So yes, using other mods with this mod could be a minefield, so be careful. I would say the best way to combat that is to go into settings, go right to the settings at the start of the game. Go to settings at the home screen, go to autosave and set it for every 5 minutes, then you'll be safe. But no, I couldn't live with my game auto-saving every 5-10 minutes. That would drive me absolutely mental. So, There are a few issues. Have a look in Steam Workshop. Obviously, it's a mod. Everything is different. I've been playing with the Industry 2.54 on my USA playthrough now for about 3 or 4 months, and it's only crashed when buying certain vehicles, placing certain stations. It hasn't crashed due to anything I've been doing with industries or lines, or there's no issue with it crashing. Yes, some of the industries are lazy. I am playing it in a 4 times slower mod activated, but I have a friend who just, every time he goes to load the 2.54, the older version, it crashes his game. Now, no two PCs computers are alike. Never, not one. Never, you'll never get one that's absolutely identical. You'll never get a CPU that is absolutely identical. Everyone's computer will take to games or mods differently. I've got some mods I can't use. It just crashes my computer for some reason. I have friends who can use them with no problem at all. And you can spend hours racking your brain, pulling your hair out, trying to troubleshoot why it doesn't work, and you may never find the answer. This is going to be one of these mods. It's either going to work for you or it's not. There are glitches. The developers of the mod have stated that. They have by all means stated that the mod is not perfect. There are bugs. If you see a bug, let them know, etc. But then you go into Steam Workshop and there's all these sort of evil hatred comments. This mod sucks, blah blah blah, always crashes, blah blah. And as far as I'm concerned, these guys have gone out of their way to make something new and interesting for the game. Something that I feel, even though Urban Games did an absolutely amazing job, and with all the patches and the time and effort they stuck into sort of getting this game to where it is today, was absolutely excellent. Fair play to them. This is something they could have done as well. Now, these guys are not a big gaming studio or anything. It's just a couple of guys that try to make something new in their own time, and as far as I'm concerned, they've done well. Apart from the bugs, it's good. It's a great idea. If it worked perfectly, it would be absolutely amazing. They would be like the 6 greatest guys on the planet. So I don't condone people saying evil things, hatred things to them because it doesn't work. I mean, it does. It might work. It might work for some people. That's what I'm trying to say. I've obviously had it crash. Well, it's actually twice now, just randomly on its own. If you're someone that can live through that, by all means, play it. You'll be fine. I probably could. It would be no use for me to record it as a YouTube series, because getting about 30 minutes into recording and have the game crashed and have to start again would put a serious dent in my timetable. Plus I've been working a hell of a lot. So I do believe they will try to fix errors. They have stated the errors that they absolutely know about. But there you have it. There is a few things I thought were weird also. That they got rid of the racetrack and the space center. I thought that was weird. In the previous playthrough as well, if you clicked on a grain silo, which was actually like a grain farm, there was a little bit that said uranium. It was a little blue box like the way fish was previously. We always knew we were getting fish, because when you went to select vehicles and set which goods you wanted them to select, down at the bottom there would be a blue box that said fish, which meant fish was coming. It just wasn't in that previous version of the mod. Same with uranium. I thought we would be able to get uranium depleted ore and stuff, refine it, and then send it to like a sort of nuclear power plant. That would have been really cool. I'm not sure if that was a thing they were going to do and then took it out, but hey ho. The same with, I mean, this is really cool, the fact that we can now place industries on water. If we could have placed oil rigs and stuff, man, that would have been cool. So it's a shame that they're not in it. I don't know if the oil rigs were going to be a thing. I suspect the nuclear power plant might have been a thing. I mean, even attaching it to iron ore, because roughly where you get iron ore, you get uranium ore instead of limestone. Limestone could have had limestone and chalk as sort of its own separate thing. But anywho, that's just what I thought. Obviously it's not there anymore. The racetrack's not there. The Space Center is not there. I'm not sure how things will work in terms of money. I know things like mail are sort of OP. You can make tons of money just from running mail. It seems to rack up seriously fast, and there's always a demand for it no matter what. And as far as I'm concerned, money in this game it's like witchcraft. I don't get it. It's weird. But yes, the money system for me was always weird from the get-go, and it still is to this day. It's one of those things I'll never sort of get or be comfortable with it. I've worked in the oil and gas industry for many years, and if we were delivering something halfway to another company, just say we delivered it by train to somewhere and then it was picked up by a truck and delivered to somewhere else, we would not be paid until that cargo reached its destination. I don't understand why they would pay you for delivering it halfway, which you can do here. You could set a truck to come from here, send it to a truck stop there, and then get another truck to pick it up and take it to a textile factory, and you would get it paid for dropped off here and get paid again for dropped off there. But that's a base thing, the money. So that's going to be it, really. I believe I've ranted and raved enough. This might be a long video. I've actually lost track of time. But there you go. There's the sort of ins and outs of what I've discovered. As I've said, I've yet to try and play the actual mod. If I can play the mod and find a place where I'm comfortable with it, I'm sure I'll find several other bugs through the way, through playing it. If there's a way to get around them, I'll keep playing it. If not, then so be it. It really is a shame though that the GE class as well crashes the game. It's quite a popular train, especially with Americans. So that's a shame that it's just that one random train doesn't work. I don't understand why that would be a thing. But anyway, that's it for me. That's it from the New Industries DLC. As I said, I will play through it. Wish me luck. Pray for me. Hopefully it'll go well. After this video, its schedule will return as usual. I do believe it will be a Red Dead Redemption 2, followed by a Transport Fever USA and a 2 Point Hospital. That's what's coming up next. That's as the schedule has been running. I am actually going away offshore tomorrow, but it's only till Wednesday, so I've been led to believe. I often get lied to. I often get told I'm going away for a week or a few days, and then like 2 months later I get home and it's like, dude, what the fuck? You said I was only going to be there for a week. But anywho, that's been it for me. This has been Transport Fever, the New Industries DLC showcase. Looks cool, few bugs. Hey, what are you gonna do about it? But I've been Danny Boy. This has been Transport Fever. As always, if you did watch this and you'd like to leave a like, comment or dislike, please feel free to do so. Give me your thoughts on the New Industry DLC. If you've had any bugs that I've not mentioned in here, if you could leave a comment so that I could sort of, so they'll be on my radar screen, so when I go to play through this, please do so. That would be extremely helpful. But as always, I've been Danny Boy, and I will catch you later.